There's no clear answer on what comes next for convicted Idaho serial killer Thomas Creech. I'm your neighborhood reporter, Riley Shoemaker, and after last week's attempt to execute Creech was unsuccessful, his 12th death warrant has now expired. I asked a local legal expert what happens next. After the state's first execution attempt in 12 years is unsuccessful, many are wondering what happens next.
It's complicated.
Former Idaho Attorney General David Leroy weighs in. Nearly 1 week after the Idaho Department of Correction was unable to carry out the scheduled execution of convicted serial killer Thomas Creech, the medical team unable to get an IV line for the lethal drugs. An injunction is temporarily blocking a new death warrant from being filed. So if they want to try again,
it is up to the Ada County prosecutor to determine whether and if ever another death warrant would be sought.
If another warrant is granted, the execution would have to be carried out within 30 days. No later than 5 days after a death warrant is issued, the Idaho Department of Correction director must determine whether they can obtain the lethal drugs. Even though the necessary drugs were obtained in February,
it is not clear at this time whether the state has the drugs, has the access to drugs, and has enough of the drugs to do another execution.
Under Idaho law as of 2023, if the drugs cannot be obtained, a firing squad can be used.
The director reports currently that they do not have the facility to carry out a death penalty by firing squad. So I trust that that would probably delay that option and possibly even delay the attempt to go forward with any execution of Mr. Creech until both options are likely available.
I have kept in touch with the family of David Jensen, the man Creech was sentenced to death for killing in 1981. They tell me they are devastated the execution was not carried out successfully and are still processing. Creech's legal team has not yet filed any new motions regarding the failed execution. I have reached out to Creech's legal team, and at this time, he and his family have declined to participate in an interview. I'm your neighborhood reporter, Riley Shoemaker, for Idaho News 6.